What happened to Amelia Monet?
Oh.
Want to know what happened to her?
How are you?
I heard she was pregnant. Hey.
What's good, my little community? Welcome back to another lovely, beautiful, sexy, amazing video with the equally lovely, equally beautiful, equally sexy, and equally amazing lit tie. You already know what time it is. Now let's go. Now guys, today we are going to be discussing what happened to Amelia Monet. I was going to drop this video yesterday, but of course, like everyone else, I spent the whole day watching Will Smith give Chris Rock the Michael Jackson beat. But before we get into this Amelia situation, you already know what you gotta do. You just gotta like, comment, subscribe to be up to date every time to drop a banger like this one. And hit that noty, because you ain't in the E, so you can be the first to know when one of these videos comes out. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, in order for us to find out where this girl has disappeared to, I'm gonna have to take you guys back a couple years. Now, if you don't know who Amelia Monet is, she is a music artist and IG model, I guess. As far as I'm aware, she was already one of those semi-bait kind of girls on IG. I think she might have had over 10k followers or close to that before she blew up, but she was relatively known in the ends, I guess. Whether she was known for the right or wrong reasons, I can't really tell you. Probably the wrong reasons, let's be real.
Girl, I know you want this.
Anyway, she rose to prominence in 2018 with her hit song, and I say hit song in serious quotation marks, Baddest, featuring EO.
I'm the baddest, the baddest. Ain't no one that can do it like me. I do not understand.
The song is absolute garbage. You know, it did its thing and it charted at 91, so good on her. This was, of course, followed up 3 months later by the Baddest remix featuring Cadet, Skengdo, and AM.
I drop him the maddest, cause I'm the baddest, the baddest. Please stop, please.
Also garbage. RIP to Cadet, you know, his verse was decent, but definitely not enough to save this song. That same month, she also dropped the Baddest acoustic version.
I drive him the maddest, cause I'm the baddest, the baddest.
Oh, wow.
I think you're starting to get the point. She was basically sucking the Kool-Aid out of this song until it was bone dry. The next and final single she dropped was called Bumper. Absolute dumpster juice for the most part, and I had to sit through this for you guys, you know. Don't get me wrong, the video did have a lot of aesthetically pleasing gluteus maximuses. You know, I love seeing Bumper as much as the next guy, but this song was not it. It's currently sitting at 1 million views on YouTube, so not necessarily a flop, but definitely not as big as its predecessor by any means. Yeah, she did a couple of interviews. She did the rounds on Capital Extra. I think she did one of those GRM daily shows with J1. You know, she was building her notoriety here and there. She, of course, on the rise to her success, had her YouTube channel that was popping off as well, where she posted various videos of her doing her makeup, day in the life vlogs, Q&As, you know, typical bad B antics. And of course, again, I had to watch some of these videos just for you guys, just so I can figure out what's going on with this girl. I actually had to sit through some of these. So yes, I now know how to get the baddest sleek ponytail with edges. Thank you, Amelia Monet. As you all obviously know, she has now gone completely off the grid. No one has seen her, no one has heard from her, no one knows where she is. Her last video on YouTube is a day in the life vlog, and her last post on Instagram was a BLM post around the time of the whole George Floyd situation, RIP to him. So the question of this video is, what happened to Amelia Monet? And I have a couple of theories regarding this, some that are actually backed with some evidence. The first theory, and I have to give credit to this Reddit post for this, is that she went off the grid around the time that the football player Chelsea's Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think I said that right, was arrested on suspicion of, well, you know, ape, I'll call it, after inviting an IG model to his house during lockdown. How does this relate to Amelia, you might ask? Well, allegedly he was giving her the Charles Dickens at that time.
And she wanna take this BBC and I ain't talking about one extra.
And so people thought it was her that got ape. Of course, she later on came out and denied this, but by that time, the internet had already ran with the story and people were slatering her for both being the victim, which is crazy to me, and also for once they found out that it wasn't her, after knowing that that's like the type of time he was on, and so they're thinking like, why are you still chilling with him when you know that he's a apist? Apparently all this hate, it became too overwhelming for her and she went. Theory 2, and this is my own personal theory. She's pregnant or she has a child by now. I think, and I really believe this, that she probably let some hood guy called M2 Trappy or Skeng Daddy 69 shoot up the club and go raw deezy.
Girl, I know you want this.
And she probably thought she wanted to keep the child and so said, yeah, I'm not doing my career anymore. I'm going to focus on being a mum. But she knew how judgmental people would be when they found out she was having a kid at such a young age, because everyone's just judgmental nowadays. So she decided to go. She might just pop back out later and say that she was doing a drink. Not hiding my kid from the world, I was hiding the world from my kid. And this theory is even supported by another person who was off the grid recently, EO himself. Take a look at this clip.
What happened to Amelia Monet?
Oh,
Want to know what happened to her?
how are you?
I heard she was pregnant. Hey!
Two things we can gather from this. First, it looks like I'm not the only one who thinks that this is the case. And secondly, it looks like EO seems to know what happened to her. And judging by his facial expressions, it can't be anything great. Though with the state EO is in right now, he's got much bigger problems to worry about. And theory 3 is that maybe she's in jail, you know? Maybe she hit a lick and it didn't go her way and now she's paying the price. Nah, I'm playing. Theory 3, honestly, it could be that she just wasn't feeling music anymore. She might have got some crappy deal with the Beats Freaks record label and been overworked and felt like doing music seemed like more of a job than a passion, and she just gave up and went. I'm not hearing that one. I'm not hearing that theory. I don't think that's what it is, man. That sounds like too much of an easy cop-out. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the idea to make this video came up because I got numerous requests from you guys to make an Amelia Monet video on my TikTok from the EO video that, of course, went viral last week. And as I was doing this, allegedly, Amelia Monet's best friend actually stepped into my comment section to try and, I guess, defend her friend's honor or something like, I don't know. But just take a look at this. So someone commented saying, OMG, what happened to Amelia Monet? And I said, let's hope it's nothing like this, but it's highly likely that she's in the same boat. And then her alleged best friend called Sandra.sx said, she's not on the same boat of rehab, she's fine. And I said, how do you know? And she said, because I'm her best friend, so I see her all the time, and she's perfectly fine. And I said, really? Then why has she gone completely off the grid? Stop posting on socials, stop making music, what happened? And she said, people can't take time to focus on themselves when they want to? Just because someone doesn't post on socials doesn't mean something bad has happened. Everyone loves reaching and making shit up. This is where I have to call a semi-bit of caparoni on her friend, because she's moving like Amelia Monet wasn't a social media influencer who was posting regularly. So for someone to go from posting regularly to not posting at all, to go from making music to not making music at all, I think it's fair for people to think that something bad has happened. You know, you can't just say, oh, just because that happened, and like, come on, man, stop being dumb.
You're a donut!
Then she was coming with all this, like, a bit of attitude with some of those questions, and I'm just thinking, why are you asking me questions? Like, I'm asking you the questions. You should be giving me the answers. I'm the one that's curious. I don't know anything.
I don't know.
So I said, I never said they couldn't. I'm genuinely asking. You're her best friend, right? So you should have the answers, not me. And then she said, but that's all you need to know. With a question mark, which doesn't make grammatical sense. It's either that's not a question, you're saying it as a statement, or if you're saying it as a question, that's not how you phrase a question.
Use your common sense.
Everybody in people's business, just leave her alone. Dead ass, that simple. Now, this is the one thing that annoys me about these IG influencers and all their effery. Don't come to me or get one of your friends or best friends to come to me with all this attitude and all this rah blah blah energy saying leave her alone and don't be in her business, and that's all you need to know. When these people post their business 24/7, it's literally their job to post their business. So come on, let's not be rugrats, let's be realistic rugrats. You chose to be a social media person, you chose to be in the spotlight, so you gotta kind of take what comes behind it. I'm sorry, you gotta do. Like, what do you mean that's all you need to know? Believe it or not, she actually has a fan base, people that actually care about what's going on in her life. You know, not me. I mean, I couldn't give a toss, but people do. So Don't you think her fans at least are owed an explanation of what happened to her? And if you're not going to give us an explanation, then I'm sorry, but don't be mad when we start making our own theories of what happened to her, when I start making all these theories up, because you're not telling us the true story, so someone knows. I mean, this friend clearly knows, and she's just refusing to tell us, or, well, tell you guys, because, again, I don't really care.
I don't care, don't care, I don't care, don't care.
I'm just making the video because you guys asked for it. Like, no one just comes off socials like that, especially someone like her who was all over socials. Like, there has to be a reason.
What was the reason? I just explained the reason. What was the reason, bitch?
There's no, I care. She's focusing on herself. Cap. I'm sorry, I'm not hearing that. That is a bunch of baloney. Like, cap. I'm sorry, Amelia. I was born at night, but just not last night. So I'm not believing that, you know. No one just comes off socials like that, especially someone like her who was all over socials at one point. There has to be a reason. Maybe it's not necessarily a bad reason. It might just be an intermediate reason. It might just be something minuscule, but there has to be a reason. It's not just, I just wanted to focus on myself. Focus on what?
Ain't gonna be no fucking that night.
Focus on what? Oh, man, these girls are their cat, man. It's funny, though. It's funny, because it's like, I think we were born underneath the rock that Patrick lives under. That's what they really think. But what do you think about this in the comment section? You let me know. Why do you think the true reason is that Amelia Monet has gone off the grid? You let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 800 subs. You already know what time it is. You can follow my personal IG at the only lit ENT. If you care about what I do, I'm not making these bangers for you. I post updates on Twitter as well, so you might as well follow me on there, because what else are you doing with your life? Absolutely nothing, mate. Stay black, and if you're not black, stay whatever race you are. I bet.
Oh, you ain't know I could sing?